Hey, welcome back to my channel. This is Kuro, and we're playing some more Genshin Impact on the PS5. This is the epilogue of the Latern Rite Festival for 2024. We're just going to dive straight into it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Remember to like and subscribe, drop any comments in the comments below, and we'll just get on with it. Yeah, so we've managed to pull Shenyu, so we got Cloud Retainer now, so that's pretty good. Okay, so I found Charlotte. Let's have a look and see what she's going to say.
I'm not sure I'll be able to sleep tonight.
That? Yeah.
Interesting story. It was invented by a guy from Fontaine. His name is Ildison. He's always tinkering away at some mechanism or another. He's even asked the Steambird to write about his inventions on more than one occasion. I believe I have a direct quote from him about this particular one. Yes, here it is. The device is powered entirely by mechanical components without the need for any additional energy source. Basically, it's a manually
sounds like a bit like
the device. How high it can fly entirely depends on how much force you can exert.
Arc reactor that Tony Stark has.
What a great idea, right?
Right. Okay, so what about your interview with Garmin?
My conversation with Mr. Ip went really well. I've already sent the first draft of my article back to the Steambird. It's a piece that contains all the pertinent information while also telling a story. I'm quite proud of it. Oh, that reminds me. I should thank everyone who made this possible for me. Especially that spirited lady with those peculiar turns of phrase. Miss Shenyu was
Miss
her name,
Shenyu,
right?
the
It was all
Adeptus.
thanks to your connections
Cloud
and
Retainer.
creativity. I would have never thought I'd be able to bring such a special gift back to Fontaine with me.
Okay, about
This was
Latern
my
Rite.
first time experiencing a foreign holiday in person. It was so exciting. The festive atmosphere, the contagious holiday spirit, the profound
Does Fontaine not celebrate holidays like New Year's or something?
Kite with a poem on it that she wrote herself.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It goes, dreams
So
are like
I guess
kites.
technically
With them
a year
our
does
hopes
pass
take
in
flight.
Genshin Impact.
Sailing high above the clouds, they yearn for something more profound. Yet try we may and try we might. A deeper
I mean, if
truth waits in
Latern
plain
Rite is
sight. Though we
canon,
hang our hopes
then
in
I would
skies
imagine that a
abound,
year has
tiny
actually
joys
passed in the
lie on
story.
ground.
At least,
I want to include this
how many
poem in my
Latern
special
Rites? 2,
feature
3
on
years?
Latern Rite.
4
I'm
years?
sure a lot of people will love it.
Right, until next time.
Yep, and
happy Latern Rite. Okay, so I found the two old guys. Old guys.
Presumes you are missing some old friends again.
One cannot help but be reminded of them.
Pray speak. Unburden yourself of these sentiments.
One simply wishes Menogias were alive to witness such peace.
Menogias. Who is Menogias?
He was so skilled in matters of craftsmanship. Kite making.
Menogias must be another one of the Adeptus.
Capabilities. Were he yet amongst the living, he could have opened a kite stall. One is certain it would have been an establishment rich not only in profit, but also esteem. And if, as in the past, he were unable to involve himself in matters of the mortal realm, we could sell the kites in his stead.
You two just sounds like you're profiteers.
We could bring him back wine and partake in drink and good company.
Mooncarver, those are now but fond moments in our memories.
Indeed.
Oh,
The
that
dead
sounds
are gone.
sad.
So, as the representatives of the living, let us take in the sights for a bit longer, if just for his sake.
Best friends. Oh, it's the Fatui. It's the Fatui guards from the bank. Interesting. They have no voiceovers. I guess so. Even if you could patrol the line. Okay. Are they flying a kite? It looks like they're flying a kite. Are they having fun? I don't know if they're having fun.
So, you're still a big fan of winter melon cake, then?
Winter melon cake.
Oh.
What
I
is
guess you heard
winter
everything
melon
Paimon
cake?
was saying, huh?
Of course. She was talking about you. As your father, how could I not listen? Remember back when you were a kid, and you would sit on my shoulders to watch the wushu dance.
And now you're performing in the
On our
wushu
way
dance
back
yourself.
home, you would beg me to buy you some winter melon cake. We would only buy 2 at a time. But before long, we tried the winter melon cake from every vendor that street had to offer.
And
There was
you're a
also
doting
that
parent
one
to
time
be able
you
to
used
afford
your
Dodo's
pocket
cake for your
money
son.
to treat me. Do you still remember?
Yeah, I remember.
That was the best winter melon cake I ever had.
Let's go back sometime.
It sounds like a
The
moon
shop's
cake.
still there, and I remember the way. My treat, just like before.
Are you sure?
Absolutely.
I'm sure. I think he. Okay, so Tata and Yo-Yo are just above
Kite is so high up.
Garmin and his father.
Me, Yo-Yo. I am having
A lot of fun. Zombie girl.
I'm glad. If you want, we can go fly kites some other time too. The fun doesn't have to
Do you
end
think
today.
Yo-Yo... No, Tata
Really?
will become
How about we do it during the day next
a living
time?
person again?
That
I mean,
way
she
we
is
can see
technically
the design
revived as a
better.
zombie, but...
When it flies super high up,
Yeah.
it will look exactly like a real finch.
Okay.
I'm
Can
still
I
questioning...
take this
Yeah.
kite to bed with me?
No, you destroy it.
But of course.
Okay. Apparently that's a thing. Okay, so we have the two girls here, Ganyu and Shang'e, or
I
Sang'e.
don't get it.
Ganyu and Sang'e.
Is something wrong, Shenhe? Tell me. Perhaps I can help. The color black doesn't get dirty easily.
Yeah.
So I thought this outfit would be acceptable to wear to work.
No, you're working
But
in a
someone
restaurant.
told me
It's
it was
gonna
inappropriate.
It's gonna
But
smell of grease.
Inappropriate?
It is
How?
inappropriate.
She
Too fancy.
probably just meant the outfit isn't suitable for that particular environment
Yeah.
or occasion. But for a festival gathering with friends, a nighttime stroll, or an important banquet,
I think it's a little bit too
your
fancy
outfit
for a
is
nighttime
more than
stroll.
appropriate, Shenhe.
So you're saying it's only something I should wear in front of important people.
Yeah. Oh, that's a
I
weird clipping.
suppose
Oh,
that's another way to think of it.
yeah, that's a weird clipping effect. Okay. Okay, so this is the last two people.
One
Huttin
may
and
have won the
Shanyun.
kite flying
Although apparently
competition
Xiao
he
is
won,
available.
but this prize should truly be reserved for another.
Uh-huh.
You need not be so humble, honored Adeptus.
Also, she
Among all
does
the
know
kites,
she's an
yours was
Adeptus.
quite literally a cut above the rest.
I
Please accept this prize.
mean,
You
she
deserve it.
used her own powers
Besides,
to make all the
I'm
other
quite
kites
certain we
soar.
owe a fair share of the success of this year's Lantern Rite to you.
If you insist, then one can hardly continue to refuse.
Yeah.
However, there is another matter with which one would ask your assistance.
And what's this
Of
other
course.
assistance?
One would be much obliged if you could distribute this case to
Oh, she
some
put too much
Loti
tea.
among the Millilith on duty.
Fair enough.
The security of the festivities rests entirely on their shoulders.
Oh, she's making
after all.
excuses as well.
One presumes
enough,
they
fair
could
enough.
always benefit from something to invigorate their spirits.
Cloud Retainer is so thoughtful and attentive to others' needs. I would expect nothing less of an esteemed
No, she just
Adeptus
needs to
such
get
as
rid of the
yourself.
tea.
Understood. I'll get on that right away.
Uh-huh.
A fortuitous result indeed. One's tea surplus has hitherto resolved itself.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay, so apparently Shao should be somewhere here. Or Sil. Sil should be here. Well, he's down there. So. It's just as I thought you stopped short of stepping into the
Being
city
in the
again.
city
Yep.
isn't the only way for me to appreciate the lights and beauty
He's
of
watching
Lantern
from
Rite.
afar.
Look, Liyue Harbor lies just beyond this mountain. As long as I stand at this vantage point, I may freely behold the sights of all the kites slowly ascending into the sky. For me, that is enough. I invited you here because there is something I would like to do.
And what would you like
I
to
want
do?
to release a shell lantern, and
Oh.
I'd like you to be there for it.
Okay. Did you
Yes.
make it yourself?
I apologize for its crude appearance.
That's
I
fine.
have little skill in that regard.
At least you put in the effort and the thought into making a kite for yourself.
You are very kind, as usual.
I also think that like
All right.
Mountain Shaper and
It's time.
Moon Carver, they both have another form, an alternate form. I don't think that's their final form or their true form. They're just in NPC disguise. Right, okay. Well done.
Oh, Paimon almost forgot
2 days later, the
Didn't
hustle
Xiangli say
bustle.
Hutao was also planning on spending some time in Xiaoying Village?
So, we're not done with the video yet. We're looking for Zhongli and Hutao. So they should be somewhere around here. Okay. So we're in the village.
The air is so refreshing. It makes Paimon feel like she could float around.
The mountain air is refreshing. Oh, hello, Luna. I'm good. How are you?
Fuel fruit!
What? What's going on?
Huh? Did you hear that? Sunshine! Skies! Good vibes!
Is that Hutao? I think that's Hutao. Hutao's screaming her head off.
Familiar. Well, we've got the time. Why don't we go check it out?
You and Paimon make your way up the mountain in search of the source of the shouting. Okay, as far as you can make out is almonds. There's cacao paste. Okay, sounds like ingredients. Oh, hello. There's some Fontaine characters there. I still haven't done the Fontaine chapters.
If it isn't my dear partners. See, I told you that something good was going to happen during our travels today. I have to say,
let's have a look.
sometimes the Steambird's astrology column is spot on.
No.
just your
Navia
lucky day.
and Chlorine.
Are you guys
Is
also
it?
here to catch the
I
festivities?
don't know if I pronounced it
Oh,
correctly.
and that reminds me.
I have
Happy
followed you
Lantern
back.
Rite.
Happy Lantern, right?
Okay, and to you too.
Lantern Rite to you too. Wait, if you're here for Lantern Rite, then what are you doing on top of this deserted mountain?
Yeah, you two are in a rather
That was you, right?
awkward and deserted spot. I don't think she was the one shouting.
Impressive. You could tell it was me from that far away.
Wait, it was you.
Good
Navia was the one shouting?
That or your voice is just really loud.
She has energy though.
Well, of course it is. After all, I'm a boss.
Indeed.
This is
suppose it's
where
innocent.
it's coming back to bite me over the fact that I haven't actually played
Wait,
through the game.
Paimon just wants to know why you two were shouting from the top of this deserted mountain. There was something about almonds, maybe? And buell fruit? Ooh, is it some sort of secret code?
No, it's not a code. The words are meaningless.
Perhaps, but the act of shouting was very meaningful indeed. That's just what mountain climbers do, right? After all the hard work it takes to make it to the top, as you stand on the summit looking out at the vast scenery, it's not easy to resist the urge to release those emotions.
So, but the act of shouting
Exactly.
itself, okay.
You get me, partner. I was afraid that it would cause a disturbance, so I asked the
I
locals
still
around
need to
here, and
complete
they said
Sumeru.
it was
I
fine.
have
Apparently
just
most
that
hikers like to
final
shout when they
portion to
the
get
top,
through, and then
so the
I'm
locals
on
are
to
used to it
Fontaine.
by now. So, you see, it's not just me. I guess everyone shouts from the top of a mountain at some point in their life.
Speak for yourself.
When you're stressed, don't you ever just get the urge to do something for no reason?
Not really.
Oh, she's
If I ever
Electra.
get
I thought she'd
stressed,
be
I
Hydro
just go
or
hunting.
Oh, that's a pretty good way to
or
relieve stress.
Cryo.
What I choose to hunt depends on my mood.
Oh, I guess she does look a little bit like Electro. There's some purple elements
Anyway, why don't you two give it a try?
to her character design.
As long as Paimon has clothes on her back and food in her belly, Paimon doesn't think there's any stress that needs relieving.
Yep.
Oh, I bet you guys are just too embarrassed to let loose. No need to be shy.
I thought it was
Even for-
Hutao.
Huh? Did
Hutao,
Paimon hear that
who was
right?
doing all the shouting,
Furina's
but no, it's
also
not.
Here? In Xiaoying Village?
Believe in your ears. It is indeed as you heard. Actually, the reason we climbed this mountain in the first place was also because we heard the sound of shouting.
Yes, we could just
Okay.
about make out someone yelling things like, "Help me!"
Help me,
and
what should I
"What
do?"
should I do?
Okay.
So we hurried up here to check it out. And what do you know? Miss Furina was standing right there, all red in the face. She practically sprinted back down the mountain the minute she saw us.
I'm guessing.
That reminds me.
I believe what she actually said was,
Okay.
"So help me, I will figure out what I should do about this script."
So, you could actually hear what she was saying?
I'm surprised you can hear it.
Earlier? I thought someone was really in trouble.
I figured we would come check out the situation either way. Why not
You
let
were
her keep
just
some
curious to see
privacy?
how she would react and what she would say.
Seems like you caught Furina in the middle of some stress relief as well.
Mm-hmm.
She probably would have never thought. No, she definitely would have never thought she would run into anyone she knew all the way out here.
Was she all alone, or was she
so.
with somebody else?
We ran into Neuvillette
Oh,
on the way here
Neuvillette!
as well, but
I'm surprised
he was
Neuvillette
already on
has
his
even
way
left
back, so
Fontaine.
they probably weren't together.
I mean, given the limited amount of information that I know, I thought Neuvillette would be quite
What was he doing
serious
here?
about his
It
work.
couldn't have been for vacation.
I think it just might have been, actually.
Okay.
Apparently, he only stayed for half a day before heading back. He's a very busy man.
He's a very busy man.
Neuvillette is
Very
not
busy
the
man
type to
indeed.
take much time off. Taking even a half day for himself is already a huge step in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't Charlotte publish an article on the Liyue tea industry recently? Maybe he was inspired to come buy some tea after reading that article. You know, just like you were.
My situation is completely different. I'm here because I was asked to accompany you.
Okay.
The tea purchase is simply an added bonus of this location.
You Fontainians and your tea drinking.
Oh,
Well, I
it's
know
not
somebody
me.
who happens to have a
I lost a
lot
bet
of
with
tea
Rite,
that can give
and
you
now I
some,
have to- It was
as
just
like,
a spur
you know,
of the moment sort of bet.
a gift to take back to Fontaine.
Riley gets really invested in that sort of thing,
Mm-hmm.
but he couldn't
Wisely.
care less about what he wins in the end. You could give him mint plants that you plucked from the side of the road, and he wouldn't even mind.
Okay, that doesn't
If only
sound...
he was that easygoing when it came to talking business.
Mm-hmm.
In any case, I'm pretty sure the tea you bought is this region's specialty. What is it called again?
Buy 10 boxes, get
Neuvillette
half
even-
of it.
yes,
Half
yes,
off?
that's
Yeah.
the one.
Sunglow tea.
You didn't really buy 10 boxes.
That's a
did
lot
you?
of tea.
Please, do I look like someone who would fall for that sort of marketing trap?
Ah, that reminds me. You guys said you only came up here because you heard my voice, right? I hope it didn't put you out. You must have had other plans for the day.
Oh, that's right. Hutao. A few days ago,
Yeah.
we heard that a friend was going to be in Chaoying Village.
Why would she be in the village? I'm
Come
kind
and
of
see if
curious
we can
as to
run
why
into
she
her.
would be in the village.
Oh dear. We've been chatting. That's good.
We should probably head out.
No need to stay on our account. We just got up here, so we're gonna stay around.
Go and meet your friend.
Sounds good. We're gonna head down the mountain then. See you later. Chaoying Village is known for its tea.
Chaoying
But you
village.
know what else they have with
I think it's
tea? That's right, dim sum.
dim sum. Yeah, I want some
Didn't
dim sum.
say Something about
Dim sum would be
dim
nice.
sum being
Dim sum
eaten
will
in
be
the morning?
so yummy right now.
Oh, Paimon wonders if
But,
we can still get
yeah.
some at this time of day.
Bit early. Actually, never mind. I think
Fine, too. Paimon doesn't care what kind of tea it is, as long as it comes with some tasty
I think
snacks.
dim sum is just
Now, let's see what
yummy
kind of
food
yummy
that you
things
can
we
have
find
at any
around
time.
here.
Morning or afternoon. Probably not for dinner.
Paimon's not seeing things, is she? Is that
Yes,
Furina
it's
standing
Furina
over
with
us?
Hutao and Zhongli.
Zhongli knows a lot of stuff. Maybe he's telling Furina about Chaoying Village.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, or maybe Hutao
Where's
is trying
Neuvillette?
to Hey, this isn't the fortress of Meropide.
Yeah.
But Paimon could be convinced for the right price. Let's
Mhm.
say loser buys the winner 3 huge bowls of seafood kanji. Since
That's a lot
Zhongli
of
is
kanji.
there, Paimon bets things are pretty tame.
Yeah.
Decided then. Paimon votes for tour guide Zhongli.
Tour guide Zhongli
All right,
and
we'll
hustler
do this.
Hutao. I kind of skipped on the dialogue a little bit. Is she admiring the pond? Oh. Hello. Small world.
Now Paimon shouting too.
Oh, well, aren't you a sight for sore eyes?
Yeah.
Seems like our luck just keeps on growing.
That
What
we
do
were
you
able
mean
to
by
meet
that?
You both without prior arrangement must mean that this is quite the serendipitous meeting indeed.
The serendipitous meeting,
Oh,
indeed.
so both of you are... looks like someone's learned a thing or two from Zhongli. I must admit, I am a bit surprised to see you here, traveler.
But seeing as you're a hero who's been all over Teyvat, it makes sense that you would be well-traveled and well-connected. Since we have found ourselves in each other's company within this fertile land, allow me to take this opportunity to wish you a happy Lantern Rite.
Happy Lantern Rite.
It appears
Which is
you have been
basically
to Fontaine, then.
Chinese New Year, but
Given your
remade into a
proclivity
different
to spread
event.
good deeds wherever you go. It's no surprise that you would make the acquaintance of a celebrity as
you know, after
illustrious
somebody
and
told me that
celebrated
there's
as
jiggle
Mr.
physics on Zhongli,
That's
I'm disturbed
high
to look at him.
praise. What I mean to say is, you flatter me, Mr. Zhongli.
And
Although
there's
I've built up a
Furina.
certain following within Fontaine, it is no reflection of strength or wisdom. I stand before you right now as nothing more than an ordinary traveler in search of beautiful scenery and creative inspiration.
Yep, a script
There's
writer.
definitely more to Mr. Zhongli than meets the eye. I could tell as much from our conversation earlier.
The
Given
Geo
his
Archon.
breadth of knowledge on both academic and worldly matters, there's no way he hasn't heard about what happened in Fontaine.
Oh, he totally knows what happened.
Is he just feigning ignorance for my benefit?
Most likely.
No. Aya, you're no common
Oh.
tourist. I simply won't
Hutao
have you
just
talk
did
about
Aya.
yourself that way.
Hiya.
Does that mean Hutao also knows?
I don't know if she knows.
You may
You're
not
you're,
have heard
you're getting
things, but-
anxious. Okay.
Miss Hutao.
Miss Furina is now one of my esteemed clients.
But you work at a funeral parlor, so wouldn't if somebody's your client, then wouldn't that mean you're preparing for somebody's funeral or something?
Guess Paimon will have to break into the hidden stash at the bottom of her shoe.
Oh, she keeps money in her shoe. That's a little bit.
What's this about winning something?
Yeah.
Don't tell me. You two were placing bets on us.
It was Paimon's idea.
We just saw you guys standing on the side of the road and couldn't help but take guesses as to what you were talking about.
So if I ever run out of Mora,
Oh,
I just have to
see.
take the money out of her
Means
left
you,
shoe.
My friend must have guessed that I was trying to promote my business to Miss Furina.
Yeah,
That
Wangshan
I
funeral
do, my
parlor.
friend. What was Paimon's guess then?
Paimon thought Zhongli was showing the newbie around.
Okay. That's
By newbie,
That's nice.
you mean me, right?
If that's the case, then Paimon's guess was also correct.
Oh, that's right. Mr. Zhongli was telling me about some great sightseeing spots in the area.
You see? Paimon was right too.
yeah, sightseeing
both of
spots
our
that
guesses were
could
right.
probably be
There can't be a
used
win
as
bet.
like
Don't
filming
be upset,
locations, and I
traveler.
just completely skipped over the dialogue.
How about this? You buy Paimonable and Paimon will also buy youable.
Oh, how does that make sense? We'll just
As for the third bowl...
Since I
Yeah.
was the subject of the bet, perhaps it should go to me? You know, as a congratulations for the huge deal I just struck.
fair enough. We'll buy you a
I
bowl.
was
We'll
just
treat you
joking.
to noodles or ramen
Anyway,
or whatever.
I should be the one treating you. The funeral parlor is about to bring in quite the sum after all.
Oh, Paimon almost forgot to ask about the most important question. Did something happen recently, Furina?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Something that happened.
Well, you know, with you enlisting the services of Wangsheng Funeral Parlor and all.
Yeah,
Well, yes.
it's a funeral parlor, so
Oh no.
is Furina dying?
Paimon is so sorry for your loss. Although Paimon may
did
have
somebody-
not known the person,
Yeah.
please accept Paimon's deepest...
Whoa.
Yeah, you were
it's
jumping
not
the gun
like
right
that,
there.
Paimon.
Huh? But Paimon just thought, since you hired the services of a funeral parlor and all... Hey, it's not that big of a stretch.
Really, Paimon? It's not like you don't know me. Do I look like I know anyone who would ask me to coordinate their funeral?
Maybe Neuvillette. Maybe, maybe him. I don't know.
Hutao is simply helping prepare some props for my film.
Okay, what, like funeral
Not too long
props?
ago, I read a collection of horror stories
Uh-huh.
from Liyue. The content was
Liyue.
spectacular. In fact, I still feel the need to sleep with the light on even now. Anyway, that's not the point. Now that Fontaine's
I still need to play through
biggest star
Fontaine.
has returned to the stage,
A breath of fresh.
I figured it's about time the industry enjoyed a breath of fresh air. Hey, that's pretty good. I'll have to remember that for my ad posters.
Oh, Paimon sees. That makes a lot of sense. So, did you come to Liyue just to enlist the services of Longsheng Funeral Parlor?
Well, not exactly. My original plan was to just relax and enjoy the sights.
To enjoy the holidays.
But
That
then
makes
I
sense.
ran into Miss Hutao
Fontaine's
and Mr.
been very
Zhongli,
cultural,
and, well,
considering
you know
that
the
they
rest.
had
I suppose
a
it was
joint
meant to be.
venture
It
with
was a fated meeting indeed.
Inazuma, where they
Zhongli
invited
sure loves his lofty turns of phrase.
Kamisatos over there.
But if you ask me, it's all thanks to that man who stopped to ask for directions.
And who's this man?
Who was it?
It's someone you know. Wanna
It was
take a
Neuvillette.
guess? What? How did you guess that on your first try?
Very impressive, my friend. Your guessing game is spot on today.
Fair enough. Alright. One look at the pitiful expression of Furina's face is enough. Okay.
Huh. Paimon never thought Neuvillette would be the type to get lost.
Neuvillette got lost.
I'm sure he didn't get lost. Even I was able to find my way to this place without any trouble.
Yep.
He was already getting ready to leave by the time I arrived. He just wanted to ask someone about the quickest way to get back to
So I know
Fontaine.
Furina is not the
Yep,
true
that's
Hydro
exactly what he
Archon.
asked.
She's just the
This area
body
is
slash
full of
vessel
mountains
for
and
the
rivers.
Archon.
It's normal to not know the...
So, were
So,
you the
does
one
that mean
pointed him in the right direction,
She's gonna start aging from now
Of
on?
course.
Because
I'm also
unfortunately
a
I've been
guide of
spoiled
sorts,
on
you know?
some of the
So
storylines
naturally,
for
I also
Fontaine.
have a great sense of direction. But speaking of your
But I look
friend,
forward to getting to that point.
What about him?
He
Okay.
doesn't get out much. No wonder.
No, he doesn't.
He was stiff as a board and way too polite.
Hmm.
I would have never guessed he was here on vacation if
He's
hadn't
he still needs to learn
All in all,
some
he was
human
only
nature,
here for half a
so
day.
to speak.
I'm pretty sure he is the only one who would consider that to be a vacation.
Hmm.
Oh,
He was only here for
this
half a day.
gentleman you speak of must keep a demanding schedule.
Yes, you two are very
I'm sure he
alike.
does.
Although
You didn't see him, but he was dressed
you are a
like
lot
he
more
was
human
about
than
to
him.
attend some important meeting. It wasn't anything like what someone would wear on vacation.
Hmm.
Is that so?
So we're gonna get like a Neuvillette alternate skin, alternate outfit.
Unfortunately, no.
Uh-huh.
At the time, it appeared as if Director Hu and Miss Furina were having quite the productive conversation. I know matters of business can take much discussion, so I decided to fetch some tea for them.
Makes
What a
sense.
shame. That gentleman seemed like a sophisticated sort of guy. I actually think you two would have hit it off.
Uh-huh. I wonder about
Is
that.
that
his,
so?
his expression is like, yeah, I doubt it. He is totally avoiding him. Yep. Oh, he noticed. Yep, I see. I definitely want to roll for Zhongli. I need to see
To borrow
when he's
Miss
actually
Furina's
getting
turn
a
of phrase, perhaps it just
re-roll.
wasn't meant to be.
Well, with the traveler around, I'm
Well,
sure
the next
you'll have
one
a
is
chance
gonna
to get to know
be,
each other at some
I
point.
believe,
That's right. She's got more friends than she
Chiori?
knows what to do with.
and Chiori and somebody else. I think Albedo. Albedo might be the other one. Yeah. I have a certain charm about me.
Well, that's certainly true. Oh, that reminds me. If you get the chance, you should try and talk to Neuvillette into loosening up a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Just tell him the Palais Mermonia isn't going to fall apart if he disappears for a few days.
Yep.
He shouldn't keep himself cooped up all the time. Even clams open their shells to let in fresh water every once in a while, right?
Mm-hmm.
If he's really that much of a stickler for protocol, he can fill out a leave of absence request.
I don't
He'd,
think
have
he
to
wouldn't.
approve
He
it
have to
himself
handle
since
that
he
thing
handles that sort of thing now,
by
but
himself.
You know what I mean.
Like, he would have
Seems
to
like
approve
this
his own
gentleman is
holiday.
Also in charge of something pretty
Yeah.
important.
Hmm. He's the fair and partial Ludex of Fontaine.
Hey, so sounds like a pretty
Yeah.
uptight sort of guy,
Yeah.
alright. In my experience, a
Oh,
leader
yeah.
needs to be able to roll with the punches. That also includes knowing when and what to prioritize. It seems like your friend still has a lot of growing to do.
He does have a lot of growing to do.
If I remember correctly, he's already several thousands of years old.
I actually wonder
You
how
are
old
quite
he is.
right, Miss Hutao.
Oh?
He's definitely older than
Traveler, Miss Furina.
Furina.
Those two individuals over there appear to recognize you.
Oh.
Oh, it's Navia and Clorand. Hey, over here!
I think most people would be shocked to find out that
We saw you all
Zhongli
chatting over
is the
here,
Geo Archon.
and we're wondering if we could join in.
Yeah, huh?
Please, excuse the interruption.
Oh, so polite. No apologies necessary. Any friend of the Traveler and Miss Furina is a friend of mine.
Fair enough.
Straight to the point. I like it.
Okay, everyone circles around you to okay, and begins to introduce themselves. Oh, Corinne's profession, but a quick explanation from Rena and Navi dispels some of her misguided ideas. I love Hutao. Hutao is an adorable
It's getting
character.
late. If we want to catch a boat back before dark, we should probably get going.
So how does this
Indeed.
story actually tie into
Then,
the remains
Miss Furina.
of Latern, right?
Oh, yes?
Because we already had the fancy fireworks, the lion dance. This is more or less the epilogue.
Oh, I don't think that will be necessary.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you're not my subordinate anymore. You don't need to look after me.
Ah,
I didn't mean
but they're
it that way.
friends.
It's normal for friends to travel home together if they run into each other on the
Yeah.
road.
There are a lot of mountainous roads in this area. I imagine they'll be even harder to navigate after dark.
They're just looking out for you.
Exactly. Just like in those ghost stories.
Oh, now you're just scaring her.
Paths converge in a wood. Beside them an old house is stood. If you dare to go inside, not a soul will greet your eye.
This is why I love Hutao.
If you take a closer look, there may be something you mistook. A candle flickers to and fro, yet there is no wind to make it so. What is its secret? What could it mean? In this wood, where mystery screams.
Wow, okay. She's put in a lot of effort into this. And now she's crying.
My dear demoiselles, ladies, no, I mean friends, please take me with you.
Fair enough. She's been
course.
spooked.
Gotta say, Furina, you are really quite the character.
Let's
By the way,
not tease her
did I
too
hear
much.
You mentioned that Clorand used to work under you?
Yeah.
Then you must have also been a leader at some point.
Oh, now she's piecing the puzzle together.
Well, that's, all in the past now.
Depends how long ago that was.
Besides, being a leader is hard. It wasn't the right job for me. I prefer how things are now.
I mean, you were
I
doing
can
it
come and go
for
as I please,
500
and
years, I think.
get to enjoy the sweet taste of freedom.
I see. Well, you've certainly picked an apt place to relax. Chaoying Village is an exemplary choice.
Chaoying?
Only the best. And
I'm just
I
thinking what
learned
it
a
would
lot,
be
too.
in
Thank you
Cantonese.
so much, Miss Hutao and Mr. Zhongli.
Okay.
It's fine. You've thanked us more than enough already. The next time you're in this neck of the woods, I'll treat you to some
I
dim
want
sum
dim
in the
sum.
city.
Okay, can we stop talking about dim sum?
Dim
There's
sum.
been so many mentions
Is
of it
that some kind
already.
of Liyue term for snacks or desserts?
They are a
Um,
part of it.
kind
it's
of.
basically a table full of as much tea, sweets, and good
I
company
mean,
as you can manage.
tea definitely
Oh,
not quite
so it's
sweets. They're
basically
more
a
like
tea party. Sounds great.
not all of it
Make
is
sure to order
pastries
the winter
either.
melon cake and the lotus flower crisp. They're so sweet.
Okay, I guess those are
Paimon
kind of
knows
like
you'll love them.
pastries.
Ooh, okay.
Dim sum is like
I'll be looking forward to it then.
Wait,
little
wait.
eats.
Didn't you guys say you were here on vacation? How come you're all going home empty-handed?
Wait, but didn't you guys say you were on vacation? Okay.
Of course I am.
I'm guessing they're bringing back
things
a
to
lot
bring
of
home with
a
me.
lot of tea.
A kite, a parasol, a little tin frog that jumps. And a stuffed toy of a mythical beast.
Of what mythical
KuroAkiGames
beast?
is the one who didn't buy anything for herself.
So all you're bringing back
I
with
am
you is
hungry
that
as well.
tea?
I am pretty
And
much
some
streaming before
tea-flavored
I
hard candies.
head off and make some
They're
dinner.
for Siegween.
Or
KuroAkiGames
Half dinner.
isn't much of a shopaholic.
Well, one of us has to practice restraint.
are you two on a shared budget or something?
Hardly wreck
Me? Oh, well, I bought
Okay, I
some
just
tea,
hit
of
X, so
course.
I just skipped over the
I just had
dialogue.
to try all the varieties recommended in the Steambird. Other than that, just some bits and bobs, you know. A little bit of this.
You know, when I get
a
to
little bit of
Fontaine, I
that.
think Fontaine's going to become my
They
favorite
should all
region.
be things I can use.
I'm still on the
Now
last
I'm
portion
even
of
more
Sumeru.
confused. If you bought that much stuff, where did it all go? Into one of Linny's magic packets?
Possibly.
Oh, actually.
Monsieur Neuvillette took them with him.
Uh-huh.
Oh, so that's what happened.
I'm surprised he
what?
managed to take it all
Why
back
did he
home with him.
take them? He's not hoarding treasure, is he?
No.
That's quite the imagination you've got there, Paimon. Monsieur Neuvillette just saw the amount of bags we had and offered to take them back for us. I felt a bit bad at first, but, I really did have a lot of stuff.
You have way too much stuff.
He even offered to deliver my gifts to the Fortress of Maripede for me once he's done with the day's work. Neuvillette is a man of his word. If he says he can do something, then he means it.
See, even Clorand was happy to take him up on his offer. If even his trusty subordinate agreed, then who was I to refuse?
Fair
Wow,
enough.
he
He's a
seems like a
very
real
kind and nice
gentleman.
gentleman, I guess.
Maybe he's not as uptight as I thought.
Yeah, a real gentleman.
If only the funeral parlor had an employee as thoughtful, proactive, and responsible.
What, is
as
Zhongli
him.
not as good
Right,
as him?
Zhongli?
Okay.
Indeed.
Clorand said Neuvillette offered to deliver her gifts to
I'm pretty
Rite.
certain Zhongli is also older than
So we go to the entrance.
Neuvillette.
Oh, that reminds me. A new year of work is about to begin. If there's anything you want to talk about, Zhongli, you know you can come to me. I'm all ears.
Does the director have any concerns?
Does she have any
It
concerns?
just seemed like you were a bit preoccupied today, and much less talkative than usual. He barely said anything other than, "Is that
so?" And indeed.
Indeed. If you ask me, I'd say
I
you're
think
having a
Warthol
midlife
brings some
crisis.
fun and
Can't
light
be
to
around that age,
Zhongli's
after all.
life.
Is that so?
I think he's only sticking with Warthol because she really brightens up his life,
Given its
like his
distance
day
from
to
the
day.
city, Chaoying Village enjoys a much slower pace of life. Surrounded by such peace and tranquility, I also seem to
And
have
it's also
developed
kind of
a
sad that
proclivity
Zhongli is
for
going to outlive
inactivity.
Warthol.
I apologize for making you worry.
Right.
I see. What do you think, Traveler? Is this atmosphere putting you in a lazy mood too?
Different worlds should not
Wow,
collide.
you are getting really good at these kinds of lines.
Okay.
Indeed.
Right, it's Neuvillette. We lucked out. We found him. He cannot escape our grasp.
Oh,
what's going to
it's
happen?
you. It has been some time since our last meeting.
Yes, indeed it has.
Few people frequent this location. Since I was able to conclude my work early for the day, I thought I might take a walk and avail myself of this area's peace and quiet.
Also,
You call this
the voice actor for him.
Do you always work this late, Neuvillette?
Strictly speaking,
Oh
that
man, I
depends
forgot.
on the
Ray
agenda
Chase.
for the day. I
I'm
am
pretty certain
hardly
his name
bereft
is Ray
of time,
Chase.
however,
A
so
master
working late is
of
vital
masters
to
from
me.
Kingdom Hearts.
Really? If you have so much time on your hands, then why did you only go to Chaoying Village for half a day?
First, I should clarify that I was referring to my lifespan, rather than the time at my disposal on
Okay.
any given day.
Your lifespan?
Second, I was unaware you possessed knowledge of my trip to Chaoying
Well, we ran
Village.
into the Geo Archon and everybody else.
I see. Thank you for informing me. Yes, they have been safely delivered.
I have to hand it to Chlorand.
Oh, wait, her name
Just a simple
is
gift
Coran?
delivery, and she has the great and mighty Udex at her beck and call.
I think he just
I
offered
was
to
just
be of
passing
service.
through. It was merely an act of convenience.
All right. Then I hereby confirm receipt of the goods on behalf of the staff of the Fortress of Meripede.
Yeah, and that's a lot of tea.
A verbal receipt of confirmation? Is such a formality really necessary for a small matter such as this?
I guess so.
Guess not.
Also,
This quantity of tea, though,
I wonder if
seems a little excessive.
this
for a
would be
gift,
the entrance to the
don't you
Fortress of
think? Before you know it, they'll
Meripede.
start accusing me of taking bribes.
About that.
Bribes. Yeah.
Much of that is my own excess, I'm afraid.
Huh? What do you mean much of
Oh?
it's your own excess?
Why?
Okay. What happened?
It was buy 10 boxes, get half off.
The gods
That explains it then.
and the Adeptus are one and
Well,
the same.
go ahead and leave them to me.
When you're not
I'll get
human,
through
you
this stash
kinda
as fast
end
as I
up
can.
You have
not
my
having
thanks.
any common sense whatsoever.
Oh, there's something else I'd like to give to you.
Okay.
This is a stone slate, engraved with a symbolic design.
Okay.
While that is an apt description, it is in actuality a legal codex.
A legal codex.
A legal codex, huh?
Seems a little bit extreme.
Before the advent of modern writing utensils, information was recorded on stone slabs such as this. The law was no different.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a little bit confused as well.
Since ancient times, the scales of justice have symbolized the fairness and impartiality of judiciousness. As a tribute to that sentiment, this slate was designed after a traditional legal codex and engraved with a symbol instead of text. During my travels recently, I chanced upon a roadside stall offering tourists the opportunity to try their hand at the ceramic arts.
Okay.
So I decided to have a go. We joked with Chlorand some time ago about gifting you a legal codex. So, here you go.
So
It doesn't
that's what
seem
this
too
is
much
about.
like a joke.
I did not expect you to remember it as well. In any case, I hope this can be considered as a reasonable attempt to join in on the banter.
I
It is
don't
a
quite
very good
know if that is joining in on the
I
banter.
suppose I shouldn't be surprised. Even your sense of humor centers around the law.
Laws, yeah.
That's
yeah.
an impressive level of commitment.
I don't think he has much of a sense of
gift
humor.
This significance deserves to be put on display, and I know just the place. Front and center in the fortress's showroom.
Now he's the one kidding and joking around.
Surely there's no need for such a grand gesture.
He's just kidding.
Just kidding.
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
have anything like a showroom. But we do have.
Why would you have a
storage room.
showroom in a prison? That
We can
would
put it
be
next
very
to all
strange.
the mechanical parts Sijuin has collected.
Oh yeah,
That
Siege
sounds good to me.
So that's what you were doing in Chaoying Village.
Indeed. Of course, while I was there, I also took the opportunity to taste the local spring water.
Local spring
The
water.
aftertaste is
He
much
enjoys
purer than what I had
water, yeah.
delivered to me in Fontaine. It stands to reason that the long-distance transport has a tendency to imbue the water with extraneous emotion. If you want to experience the true flavor, you simply have to go to the source. Perhaps I should organize some time off to do the same elsewhere.
A balance between work and play is sure to keep your troubles at
When we
bay.
are of the same mind,
Yeah.
it appears my desire is justified.
It sounds like he's coming up with
You
excuses
say
to
so,
take a holiday.
You know you don't have to justify a vacation.
Yeah,
right?
you don't have to justify
just
a vacation.
Take one. After all, you're hardly bereft of time.
Bereft of
You
time.
can do whatever you want.
You're quite right. I suppose I suffer not from a lack of opportunity, but rather a lack of inspiration.
A lack of
However,
inspiration
after
to take
reading
a
few
holiday?
articles about Liyue's holiday traditions,
Yeah.
the idea popped into my head and made itself quite at home. Seeing as I was free of responsibilities for the morning, I decided to depart at once. Refreshing.
Just for the morning?
My spontaneous outing seemed to inspire quite a few other
Yeah.
spontaneous decisions as well.
Sounds like you're
Take,
becoming
for
more and more
example, my
human.
foray into ceramics. At
Ceramics,
first, soil
yeah.
from the ground is granular and unforgiving, but
Like
add the
Geo.
right amount of water, and it becomes soft, moldable, and able to take shape. In the
Sounds like you
past, I
picked up a
never
new
thought about
hobby.
how quotidian vessels were crafted.
Uh-huh.
But now, I have participated in their very making. This is also something I made today.
And what is it? Okay, what is that? Looks like a spoon. A ladle?
That's a ladle? Paimon thought it was supposed to be some long-necked sea
Like a dragon.
That
It's
was
very
indeed
cute for
one of
something
my
that you made. Yeah.
inspirations.
The color also matches your
Really?
style.
You like it?
Oh yeah,
To
he sounds
tell
like
you
a
the
very
truth,
happy
given
puppy.
your unexpected arrival, I find myself quite unequipped to give you the welcome you deserve. Around such an important holiday such as this, human custom would dictate that gifts should be in order.
Yeah.
But I'm afraid this is all I can offer.
You made it by hand and everything,
That is
so I think
precisely why it would
there's
be
some
such a
significance
great
there.
honor if you accepted.
Thank you.
You are most welcome.
Happy Lantern Rite. Oh.
Approve a leave of absence request for myself. That sounds
Yes.
like it could easily lead to a vicious cycle of self-indulgence.
Yeah.
Something which couldn't be in further violation of protocol.
No, just
But
take it every
suppose
now
I
and then.
understand her
Yeah.
point. My proclivity to refrain from personal outings does, in part, originate from a sense of responsibility toward my duties. But it is also due to a lack of desire to engage in the human world.
You need to engage with the
Now
human
I
world
see
in
that the
order to
human world
understand
is
humans.
indeed full of many interesting places to discover.
Yeah, I could have told you that. Right, I guess... Is that it? Okay, so we're all done with Lantern Rite. That's enjoyable. Right. If you enjoyed that episode, remember to like, subscribe, drop in the comments in the comment section below. I'm just signing off on YouTube. Hey, thank you for watching the video. I hope you guys all enjoyed that. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to like and subscribe and drop a comment in the comment section below and let me know what you think. It really does help me out. If you haven't already done so, you can also hit the bell icon, turn on notifications. That way you'll get updates for when I upload my new videos. Or follow me on Twitter at KuroAkiGames. I'm also on Twitch at twitch.tv/KuroAkiGames, where I occasionally stream my raw gameplay videos on there, or some content that isn't on YouTube. You can also follow me on Instagram at KuroAkiGames, and I will see you guys soon.